This is Sully, owned by Mark Krawiecki. Now Mark, what I do with Sully, a little different than some of the dogs. Sit. When I start out his force fetch drills, I'll actually throw him a fun throw first. Okay. Kind of just gets him rolling a little bit, a little excited to start out with. Sometimes if you go right to drills, he's, he'll do them, but he's like, oh, not these again. Heel. Sit. Good boy. Drop. Sit. So now I'll go into my pile drill. So as I walk out, I always just watch the puppy over my shoulder. So if he moved, I'd reinforce the sit command. Walk out, 20, 25 yards, whatever you have for space to do these in. Spread them out 3 to 5 yards. So when I go back, if he just wants to go, and you see, this is what I was talking about, his posture, he's kind of like, oh, what are we going to do here? And that's Sully. That's not from training, that's just him. So what I'll do here is I'll walk past him, heel, good boy. In other words, get him off that spot, get him out of that position, fetch, and then go to my fetch command. Because you can see he's got the adrenaline, the drive to do this. Here, I just try not to make this a bad spot to be. Good boy. Sit. Drop. Fetch. So if he does, lay down, and I'm okay with him laying down, I just move him before I send him. Here. Sit. And that's one reason. Drop. Fetch. You talked about teaching him to lay down. That's why I wouldn't teach him to lay down, because he's going to lay down all the time on you. Heel. I would just stick with, if you're trying to get him to stay in a spot, sit, drop. Just stick with your sit command and then show him your hand, which basically means stay there. So I'm going to repeat this again, Mark. So he's, I'm maintaining that sit position. And I always walk with my back to my puppies, because when your back is to them, they actually look at that as you don't have as much control as you do facing them. So I tend to do that intentionally, hoping that if they move, I can correct it. Now you see as I approach him, how he's going down. And that's not for me correct anything. Heel. Heel. Good boy. Now I might move him. Heel. Good. There you go. Here. Sit. Fetch. Here. Good boy, Sully. He's looking at the other ones. That's fine, as long as he isn't switching. Heel. Sit. Drop. Good boy. Fetch. So now I'm going to take this deadfall and throw it behind me about 10 yards. Here. So as I do these diversions, it's not in close proximity for him to want to go get it. Heel. So he dropped that one. Fetch. Fetch. Reinforce the fetch command with the E-collar. Sit. And he's got a little softer grip, but I still want him, to know he's got to hang on to him. Drop. Good boy. Fetch. He tended to grab him like on the ends and stuff at first, so at least he's getting figured out to heel, get him a little better in the middle, where it's a little easier to grip. Sit. So now I'm going to do what I call a sit, hold, throw drill. So he's holding as I'm throwing. Drop. Sully. Now I'm going to send him on his name. Here. That boy. Heel. So what I tend to do with him, too, a little more, Mark, on that one video, sit, where I was in my training room, working on just everything on leash. Drop. Sully. I would do a little bit more of that with him just to maintain that grip and that hold. There you go. Good boy. I'll do one more of those. Heel. And you can tell how he holds them right there. He just doesn't get a super strong grip. but he's still got to hold the weight. Drop. Sully. Now I'm going to go into a throw over drill, which means as I tell him, there he's got a good grip. Here, heel, I throw it. Good boy. Sit. So now you can see a little better grip, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. Drop. Sully, fetch. Just reps, lots of retrieves, figure out where the easiest spot to grip it is. Heel. Do one more. I'll do one more after this too. Here. Good. Sit. Good boy. Drop. Sully. Here. Here's another good grip. Heel. Good boy. Heel. And occasionally, with, every puppy, sit. I'll just tap them, hold, drop, heel. Good. Ready? Sully. Atta boy. Now this one you can see kind of gripped it, didn't grip it good, so it slipped out. Heel. And it's a little wet. The grass is pretty wet this morning. Here. So I'm going to go into my double drills. Drop. Sit. Where now I'm maintaining this sit. Sully. And as he comes back with the first one, Mark, I'll kind of face him, heel. Then as he comes in, I'll turn, heel, step towards the next one, sit, drop, Sully, and then just line them up. So I'm kind of lining them up for the next one. Here, heel. Actually, I bumped that out of his mouth. Sit as he went by. Drop. Good boy. Sit. So this is a double diversion. Sully. Atta boy here. Now what I'm going to do after this next one is I'll end with heel. Couple fun throws. Sit. Drop. Good boy. Sully. Fetch. And every once in a while, Mark, I'll just throw the fetch word back in there. Even though I send him here, send him on his name. Atta boy. So you can see this length of time, heel, that I've been working him. Sit. This is about how long of a session I would do with him. Drop. Okay, okay. As far as the structured drills, just because what you never want to lose is just, this part of it. Here, because if you go overdo the drills with him, he'll just kind of get bored. Heel. Sit. There you go. Drop. Okay, okay. Up. Hey, hey. So we'll give him one more. Because I want to, so with him, what I like to do, Mark, is start with fun, end with fun. Good boy. Heel. Sit. Good boy. So that's Sully, owned by Mark Krawiecki in Minnesota. Drop.